Tykei Greene, where's your line here? 12 points, 9 boards, 4 of them offensive. The Stony Brook wins 64-63. That's now 4 in a row. Mike, go ahead.
All right, Tykei. So, you're not necessarily a big guy. Obviously, you're big for the average person, 6'4", but you're not a big man. Yet you play like a big man. I mean, today you made several hard-nosed plays. The offensive rebound right before the game, tying 3. Nasty block in the corner. I think you're the team's leading rebounder coming in, right? 7.5 per game. So why is it that you just have such a knack for playing so hard? What is it that drives you?
I give a lot of credit to playing back home and playing in the park. Because, in the park, they won't give you anything free. They'll foul you, they'll push you, they'll do whatever they have to do to win. So that's where I got my toughness from, just playing at home when I was younger growing up.
Stephenson-Moore, 8 points, 6 boards, 1 pretty big block. In 34 minutes and a team high +12, so you can go.
So Tyler, you came up pretty clutch for them today. You broke the 3-point drought at the end of the first half. Obviously, as Cam just said, that clutch block, 6 rebounds. What was working for you tonight?
Honestly, just staying confident. I feel like my confidence level and my mentality has definitely changed over the last couple of games. So just, showing people what I can do and, showing my teammates, helping my teammates out and helping us get wins. So that's
awesome.
it.
So you guys obviously had a pretty tough first half offensively.
Yes.
You were shooting around 20%.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, 1 for 16 from deep. So what did Coach Geno say to you at the half that made you guys turn it around? Because that was night and day first half and second half.
Well, we're a great shooting team, so it's like none of us were really panicking. I mean, it was kind of frustrating to see the shots that we should hit not going, but we know somebody's going to step up and knock it down. And once that happens, then it's just gonna keep going uphill from that. So just staying confident between each other, he said, and just play, and we could turn the game around.
Awesome. Now you guys played hard-nosed all night, really all year, but especially tonight, Omar took 3 charges.
Yeah, Omar was big today.
Obviously, Tykei was going on.
And Tykei does what he does, yeah.
Like he does every night. So what does it say to that defensive mentality that you guys were able to come back from down 10 in the second, down 9 in the first, and yet you guys were still able to put your offense in a position with the strong defense to come back and win that game?
I would just say having toughness. I feel like the first half we kind of were a little soft a little bit, and, but when we play tough and, we stay consistent by being tough, we could be a really great defensive team, and it showed.
So were there any specific? Yeah, no, this is the last one. Don't worry. Were there any specific fundamental changes you guys made at the half, or again was it just toughness? Just be tougher.
Just being tougher and guarding. That was really it. We know, like we already knew some of us weren't playing. We were not playing great defense at all, and plus with the shots not falling, we were kind of getting aggravated and not running back on defense. So we just had to lock in, and we all talked to each other and said we got to step it up, and that's what we did.
That's cool.
Well, thrilled we won. That's a really good basketball team. Picked second in the MAC behind Iona, who as everyone knows is basically a borderline top 25 team. We could not make shots, and we showed some toughness. And I think the end of the game speaks to the growth we've had toughness-wise. Tyler has always been a good competitor. He's always had good character. But we don't have we haven't really had a ton of guys on our roster who are capable of missing a free throw, going down and making a game-saving block, because sometimes we get so upset that we didn't do what we know we could have done or maybe should have done, and that's just make a free throw, that we linger with it and we just allow it to impact us going forward. So for him to come up with a game-saving block and not foul and block it clean is amazing, because he got beat on the dribble a little bit. Like, he wasn't trying to let the guy get a step on him. And so to miss the free throw, get beat, and recover and make a game-winning play like that speaks a lot to the toughness of him, and certainly our team's had a lot of growth. So very excited that we were able to win.
As you just said, you couldn't hit shots, right? You guys had as bad a first half as you've had all season, 26.5% from the floor, 1 of 16 from deep. But it was obviously much better in the second half. So what did you tell your team at the half to improve?
Well, honestly, we just reminded them that we came into the game tonight 53rd in the country in three-point shooting. Out of 368 teams, we're the 53rd best three-point percentage, and we shoot a lot of them. We're also around that same number in terms of attempts. It's how our team's built. We have a lot of very good guards. Have a lot of times we can get in the lane and we end up kicking out and shooting threes. Their defense really made our ball movement stagnant. They pressured the ball so hard. And, they came into the game tonight. There were only 2 teams in the country that have fouled more than St. Peter's, and we weren't able to make that a factor. We didn't get to the foul line on hand checks. We weren't able to drive it strong enough to warrant whistles apparently tonight, and that really hurt us because we needed those plays to get us to the foul line. And they were able to pressure us hard, be physical on the ball, and not foul. And so we weren't really able to turn the corner. The amount of times we didn't get in the lane really until the last 10 minutes of the game. And I'm sure a little of that's their fatigue, and a little of that we had a better resolve about doing it. But we made 4 out of 10 threes in the second half. That's near where we've been. So there was a lot of improvement in the second half, just in terms of, I would attribute it more to mental toughness, honestly, than I would any strategic. We couldn't run anything. They don't let you run anything. They pressure the ball, they deny the wings. So what are you going to run? You're going to screen and they're going to switch. So they blow up the timing, everything. It turns into a dribble drive, make good decisions on the end of your drive. And we did enough of that to win. And we played just good enough defense to win. And the stat that jumps out at me big time is we played them last year. We had 19 turnovers. And I wouldn't have thought about that, but Sean reminded me going down the hall that we had 19 last year. So this year we had 9 turnovers against them, and we had 10 steals. So that really won us the game. I mean, the 10 steals and only 9 turnovers, that is an amazing stat to play against a team that with their style and the level of athlete they have. And they're tough, man. Like they recruit tough kids that are defensive minded. And, Ndefu is a guy, if you coach or like basketball, how could you not love that guy? I mean, he's just awesome.
All right. So you guys did you did a really good job creating and converting on those fast break opportunities in the second half. Again, as you said, 10 steals. I think Jaleel had like 3 of them in the first half, or maybe it was Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
So was that part of the game plan, or was that just good instincts from the defensive players on your team?
Yeah, a combination. We were trying to be heavy in the gaps. We wanted them to have to shoot a lot of threes. Our hope coming into the game is that we could turn it into a 3-point shooting contest. We were concerned about their ability to drive us, and I think at times you saw them drive us and get us to the rim. Our rim protection tonight was the best it's been all year. Jaden Sales was flying around in there, challenged and got some blocks and forced some misses. Omar Habwe flying around in there, got a couple blocks, forced some misses. So, those plays have just been layups against us throughout the year. And tonight we were able to shot challenge and force some misses inside the paint. 2-point defense has been a real Achilles heel for our team. And tonight it really wasn't. We were able, for the most part, to force some missing around the rim, which was great, and hopefully something we can continue to do.
Right. Well, for a team that is mostly smaller players, a lot of guards, a lot of small forwards, how encouraging is that to you to see such a lockdown performance?
Yeah, it was honestly, I was excited, especially the second half. There were a lot of stretches of the second half where I thought defensively we were playing at a really high level. Our communication was just better. I thought Tykei Greene communicating was the best he's been, and it really elevated our team defensively because of his communication on coverages. As a coach, you always nitpick. There were some things you'd like to see better, and it was never perfect. But I mean, what game has been perfect? We played 11. We haven't been perfect in any of them, and I don't expect we will be in the next 20 either. But I was very, very happy with the fact that we were able to play a good team, not be at our best offensively by a long stretch, and still gut out a one-possession win. So that was huge growth for us.
Right, and then just one more. This is more of a personal question because I've been kept out of the loop by my editor. Health update. Elijah, how's he doing? I saw he shed the crutches. Was that him walking in the hallway?
Yeah, he's getting better. He's getting better. I mean, we knew this was going to be a weeks on weeks. I mean, he's done nothing in terms of basketball activity with the team, so he's still a ways away. No, I mean, honestly, there isn't. When he's made progress in terms of being allowed to walk around, but until the guys kind of see you run and jump and you make it through a workout and a practice, you really can't have a timetable until we see him. And we're not going to rush him back. I mean, it's not fair to the kid, and we want him to be healthy when he comes back, and that's still multiple weeks away.